Hey guys, it's Maaike. Today I'm back with a collectible from Marianne Design. It's 1472 and it makes a raccoon, or 2 or 3 or 4. It depends how you assemble it, of course. And it's I believe 13 pieces, and I die cut them off screen already. And I went for orange for the pumpkin, of course, because I want him to hold the pumpkin. And green for the little stalk. And then grey, light grey, darker grey, white, black for the raccoon itself. And yes, as usual, I die cut them with double-sided tape on the back, so it makes stickers. And the cool thing about this set is that it has the faces from both the pumpkin and the raccoon together. So you only in one pass, in one color, you get all black faces. Or if you want yellow, then for the pumpkin, then you have yellow eyes for the raccoon as well, which might be a bit spooky. But you can make them white and then color them with your markers if you prefer. But also the body and the face and the ears and all things that should be the same color are already grouped as one die. They're all stuck together, which makes die cutting it very easy. But I have one piece left and I was looking for that, and there isn't. There is that piece. I later found out that I did it wrong, because I die cut it from white, expecting to put the top on. Or from grey actually, and then put the white mask on, and it's the other way around. You have to die cut this head from white and then put the mask on and the fur on around white, which was well, not the way I thought it would be. It stumped me for a little bit, and I don't know where there's a hole in the middle of this one, because I have to stick his nose on top there. And not sure what the meaning of that is actually, or the purpose, maybe to make it lie flatter. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. And I made mine pretty much the same as on the packaging, and as you could see, it was real size, this big one. But you can also, instead of making him hold stuff, you can have one arm and claw in his face and maybe covering his eyes as well. I didn't check if they were long enough, but I'm going to use him more often because he's so cute. And then yeah, this is his snout, and I already put the nose on top. I forgot this bit. See, it would be even better if it just cut out that whole big hole. Yeah, I don't know. It's the first time putting them together. But yeah, that upper bit, I was really for, why is it? What is it for? I don't understand, but I find out. So his belly, and there's feet. There's a left and a right one. You cut them all in one go, and also the hands, left and right. So you can make those a darker color, which is really handy, I think. And there's a left hand and a right hand, and also the little, let's call them gloves that go on top, are left and right. So you have to make sure you get the right one onto the right arm. The ears, that little triangular one that I put back was for the tail. I think these characters are really well thought out, and they're really cute and multi-purpose. And I know in America I've seen 123stitch.com carry Marianne Design and the Frantic Stamper, I believe, and they are, well, probably not the only ones. Look, he's so cute. But yeah, there are similar ones, just not as well thought out. Sometimes you have to die cut one piece 7 times to get different colors, and then you have all the bits that you don't want. Because although I like the idea of having 3 colored raccoons, they all have to be the same color scheme and not have white eye and black nose or something like that, or black snout. It doesn't really go. So I'm pulling off the tape where I can and stick them to the main body, but I leave the big parts covered so it doesn't stick to my desk, but also doesn't stick to a card, or dust can stick to it, because that happens. And the tail, you see, only works in one direction, so you have to make sure. And if you remember my cats, I had stripes for his one tail as well, and it didn't fit because there was a left and a right tail, and I had the wrong one. Oh, he's so cute. I think raccoons are really cute until, you know, they get your garbage bin. And then probably not so cute anymore. But we don't have them in the Netherlands or in Europe. I don't. Well, maybe in the zoos, but I don't know. So I also die cut a leaf from the same green and orange as the pumpkin, because I was at it, but I didn't use them because they were a bit too bright, not autumnally enough. But yeah, that was my raccoon. Now for the background of my card, I'm using the Impression Obsession painted stripes, and yeah, I was looking for what it's called. I have it here, and it's a cling stamp 6x6. You can use it on your desk like this, or put it in the stamping tool. And I was looking at my stripes, which side would be nicer up. Don't think it makes any difference, but you can put it like this. But if you want to stamp it twice, or maybe 3 times, twice, thrice, I don't know how you say it properly, but it's old English. Thrice, twice, anyway, 3 times. And you want your tool, of course. I'm using Memento inks, and sometimes you need to stamp it twice just to get a nice coverage. And for that I'm also choosing a card base that I folded properly, so none of, you know, when you fold it a little bit on an angle, it's okay normally, but if you stamp on it, there's seepage, so we don't want that. And I'm trying to keep these in place, but I realized that the stamp is way too big, so I'm putting it at the 3 centimeter mark, so I know that if I have to stamp it again, it's there. And it has to go a little bit higher, so I have room for my sentiment. And as I said, Memento inks, I'm using Desert Sand, Rich Cocoa and Rhubarb Stalk. I thought that was nice and autumnal like. If you make it into a Halloween card, you could use Halloween colors. There are 7 stripes and I only used 5 of them, trying to make a little gradient by going over each stripe, so making a little bit wider than one stripe. But yeah, I'm not sure that was totally successful. And I'm using the small ones on purpose so I don't go outside the lines, and then I go outside the lines. Sometimes logic, yeah. It's my creative brain. So I'm leaving the 2 lower ones clean, but I got some ink on there and I'm wiping it off, but I don't trust it. So I'm putting some masking tape on my card base, just around the height of that stripe. It doesn't have to be really straight, just, you know, at the same space where the inking happened. Does that make sense? Probably not. It's also a large stamp, so you have to apply a bit more pressure and also stamp it twice, because now it's horribly splotchy. And although they're painted stripes, they are a little bit neater than this. And if you like this look, you can leave it, because it looks like a really old worn wooden board or something like that. And in fact, I turned the card base later, so I thought, oh, then they look like trees. But yeah, I didn't use it that way because I had this in mind. And part of my design rules that I set for myself, actually, an image placed towards the top looks more appealing than one to the bottom. So that's why I always try to leave more room underneath than on the top. It makes it look more airy or floaty and not heavy, because if it's down at the bottom it will look like it's heavy. It will fall down. So I don't know, I can't explain it, but it makes it more elegant this way, I think. And here's my post-it, and you will see my hunch was right, because I got that on. I saved that. So for the sentiment, I pulled out a few sets just to show you that my raccoon is very whimsical and cartoon-like, and also my pumpkin, of course. And I think you need a sentiment that matches that. So he looks nice in the forest like that. But that's a whole different project. I'm not doing that. But yeah, as I said, there are different kinds of stamps. I went for Happy Birthday, and I also pulled this out one from MFT that says I'm so glad we are friends forever or something like that. I didn't use it, but you see this scripty, elegant, old-fashioned font doesn't go. This one I like, but the one at the top is also too, well, old-fashioned, I want to say. And this one is very nice and cartoony, but it's 2 pieces, and yeah, I wasn't going to go there today trying to line up 2 sets of that together. And my raccoon, of course, has fur, that's why I thought forever would go nice. But I went for Happy Birthday, and this is like, yeah, modern, but also a little bit retro. It reminds me of Art Deco fonts. And but it is no nonsense. It's clean and simple and a little bit whimsical. But that's another one of my rules, that if something is meant to be cartoony, don't go all serious on it. Sometimes with your coloring, I see that happen, and I think no, that does not match. But yeah, then I still do it, so. Okay, the rules are rules, but yeah, they're meant to be broken sometimes. I just think I have these made up in my mind for a reason. So, cartoony with cartoony and elegant with elegant. In this case, I did that. But of course, you can do whatever you want. Happy Little Stampers was about to close her shop. So I'm not sure if it's still available, but I'm sure you have other ones that might fit the bill. And it doesn't really matter. I mean, just because I think it fits better if they are the same style. You can do whatever you want. So now I have a little bit of a background that is autumnal, full colored, and you can mount them with foam tape. But I already have all this sticky back from the stickers that I made by die cutting it with double-sided tape, of course. I thought I shouldn't waste that. So I'm peeling them off, and because I stuck on different layers, I will just support his head with a bit of foam tape. I have 3 different thicknesses, and the smallest or the thinnest is exactly right, I think. And then I will just stick him on. It actually comes in a package with 3 thicknesses, and I was looking for it right now. Oh, there it is, in its spot. I already prepped for a workshop again, so my room is divided. So there's more layers because you know, but then I would have to double up everything, and I didn't want to. I'm hoping it'll stay stuck. I mean, it's good double-sided tape from Marianne Design actually, but yeah, we'll see. I think he's so cute. And again, if you put his arms in different positions and his head, then you can make different characters. And on the packaging there's one holding the leaf. That's really cute as well, actually. Like he's going to eat it. See, these I die cut them from the same card when I was doing the pumpkin. But they don't really go with the background, and they're very bright and not autumnal at all. So I will keep them, maybe ink them up with a darker distress ink, make them a little bit less vibrant. But there's my card finished. I hope you like it. Thank you for watching, and I will see you, well, I think on Tuesday probably.